So this is a compressor. So this one is a compressor to a 2007 Lexus. Let's see if I can get a. All right, so this is a compressor to a 2007 Lexus. This is a compressor to a 2011 Toyota Venza. Both have the 3.5 liter engine. Um, they're actually very similar. Let's see if you can see this one like this. Let's see this one like this. Let's see if we can get an idea. See where the you see where the four bolts line up. So that's pretty much the same. See a difference in this piece right here. Other than that, this right here is the same kind of. Except this one has a wire that comes out. So there's pigtail, and this one is just like a switch. So this how you can tell the clutch is good or not. You can see on this one, this one's locked up. Pulley spins just fine. Pulley spins just fine. This one on the other hand, so what happened on this one? What happened on this one was this connector right here connects to this wire right here, ended up now when this connector picks up, the wire that comes in here is not connected because it was sitting like this, and it ended up rubbing like this, however that was. So this one's shot. I mean, we can replace this, pull this piece off, probably replace it with this one. But the whole idea of this thing is taking this compressor apart. So, I like to use Hercules tools. I'm pretty confident in these. These have helped me out a lot with different things. But that's cool. Let's start with this thing apart. This right here is the clutch. This is what's actually locked up right here. So this one, as you can see, the pulley spins, the clutch does not. So here's an AC compressor that's pretty much similar. This is from a Lexus 2007. No, I'm sorry. 2011 Toyota Ventura. This is from Lexus 2007. Very similar. Here's a little idea. So here's the clutch. Clutch is spinning. Pulley spinning as well. So this how you can tell this clutch is and the compressor's good. Just the wire was bad. On the other one, the wire that was right here. For some reason, I don't know how it happened, but the wire ended up touching right here where the pulley was at, and ended up messing up the wire while we had to do that. So this one right here, we're gonna go and pull out the clutch. Okay, well, actually the clutch does not look bad. No kidding. Okay, definitely internally. Ooh, can't wait to see. I just gotta make sure that I have all the parts. I might be getting close. tools in my vehicle. So, unfortunately, I need to go grab some more tools. I don't know how to put this on pause without the end of the video, so okay, so it doesn't look like it was leaking. There we go. Not feel like going to my car. There we go. Yeah, so there's a special tool that pretty much looks like this one here. This one is a smaller version. It's just not working. Oh, dang it. All right, anyways. Dang this. So there we have a 20. So it doesn't look bad. We get another one. See this one. It doesn't have to be people to see. All right. Dang. They'll probably just slam this thing against the ground and break it. It's more tools, unfortunately. There we go. So that's pretty much the old-fashioned way. Just banging a few times. So this piece right here works like as a kind of like an electromagnetic field. So here's your drive pulley right here. Kind of sits in there. So what happens is this piece right here that connects to the clutch, or the clutch assembly right here. Right when it sends electricity to it, this piece right here locks on to the pulley, and now the pulley and the clutch are spinning at the same time, causing the internals of the compressor to spin, cycle, flowing, sending it through the AC lines to the evac core, and pretty much gets cold. One you can It has begun. This side. Oh no, I need my iron triggers. Let's see if this LED light works. Hopefully it does. Awesome. It works. Right. Finally. Alright. Now we're gonna pull this pieces off. You might want to wear your safety glasses if you're doing this. My safety glasses, honestly. This thing's gonna pop off and probably splash fluid everywhere. Matte coat. Let's see if this is. So it is the magnet. Okay, it is magnet. This piece right here is magnet, but it's not really strong. Can you see that? See how it has a little glow? Some diamonds. These right here are pretty much needle bearings. These little pieces right here. Can you see that? Those are needle bearings. This is why it's recommended when you put when you recharge your system in Freon. They always say to put some tag oil. This piece and this piece, and it's turning like this. This also comes with a gasket, something similar to a head gasket or thermostat gasket, housing gasket. Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain earlier. Okay, so let me see. Can y'all actually get a good view from that there? Let's see. So I can get a better view. See if y'all can get a really good view of this. Y'all are gonna see, what y'all gonna see are these right here, the way they cycle, how they kind of go like when you drop a quarter and it does this right here. Watch. Actually, oh wow, I just noticed that. So, let's get a look at this. As you can see right here, those are metal. That's a metal particle. Yeah, it is. So the clutch was locked up, but the internals were locked up because they're pretty much screwed. There's another piece right here. Oops. Let's see. Okay, so the one that failed was this one right here. That's why there's broken pieces. That's what caused the failure of this AC compressor. difficult because there's metal particles everywhere, probably in this one. It doesn't look like anything's holding it down, so the only thing I can actually think of is metal particles. And keeping it jammed in place. Should be wearing gloves for this. Let's try another tip. Hang it out. There we go. So this is pretty much like a, this kind of also works like a crankshaft. As you can kind of see. Which one is something? So that's the cycle that it has when it gets spinning. So when it's doing that thing where it kind of, like I said, it goes like this, that's pumping these, what look like valves. Here's a damage. This is actually solid. No, I'm sorry, this is hollow. These pieces right here pretty much work like, I don't know, retainers, I guess. So look, this one's actually in decent condition. There's a comparison. That's the damage right there with those other two pieces of metal where they went, but Yeah, that right there. So one of these ended up coming out, fell out, floating around everywhere, ended up causing this piece right here to also float around and cause damage, causing the AC compressor internals to lock up. That's why I wasn't able to turn, as I saw earlier. These actually feel hollow. Let's see. So you can see. Oh wow. Okay, I see what these are. So they're magnets. That's right. Watch. So it's magnet. That's it. This one is okay, here's the extent damage of that piece right here. So there's another one right here that has damage as well. Probably, a piece of the metal just floating around. This was difficult to come out. So this one right here is actually, this one itself is in good condition too. Doesn't look like there's any damage on this one. As you saw, when this one came out, this one actually came out very easy. Now, that's normal cycle. That's supposed to be what it's supposed to be going. Very fast. Like that. This one's fucking bad. Another effort out. Didn't shoot up. There's the extent of the damage right there too. See right here, here. It's a piece of metal probably got in between here and the cylinder wall, causing it to get jammed up and lock up. So those pieces are aluminum as well. So there's something else here. This thing pops out. Apparently, there's another. Looks like this is single or double. Okay, well, it's just one gasket. Alright, so the rest of this is all pretty much scrap aluminum. So that's pretty much it. This is aluminum. Aluminum. You know, these things are so fitted in there. That's too nice, and then it's good in there pretty much. Except for this one. This is the one that's messed up. Yep. Aluminum housing as well. This is probably pressed in there. Yeah, that looks like it's pressed in there. I think I can take that off. Where's this? See what else is in there. The other things in there solid. Some more scrap metal. Scrap aluminum. So, aluminum. This is actually pretty fun. Okay. Bitch. Bitch. That's why fucking not cool to suck. Bitches will never stay in place. This is shit. Don't Mac tools, regular shit. Fucking junk. Yeah, Mac tools are fucking junk. It's fucking tools suck, man. This is a fucking Pittsburgh tool. This is fucking junk, man. Throw that shit away. Pittsburgh versus Macco. Go with fucking Pittsburgh. Macco sucks. At least that tool sucks. So here's a little screen right here, kind of like a orifice tube. Ouch. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like a mesh. Okay, let's see what size this is. It's like a 14. 14 of it. Like right now. So let's see. So this piece right here that came out of this side right here. So what a lot of people don't understand, which may be mistaken, but let's say you really overcharge your AC system, this thing will make a real loud noise and release whatever could possibly put your AC compressor in danger. So that's what this piece right here on the side is. Another thing what you could do is also say if you're putting this, say this is a brand new compressor and you're slapping this one into your vehicle, you can do some of this right here, this little valve, put some PAG oil in there, and then, depending on your vehicle, it'll tell you, your vehicle pretty much specifies how much PAG oil you need inside the compressor or the system. So yeah, just a little FYI on that part right there. So it's used for multiple things. This one. Use this jump too. There we go. So believe it or not, sometimes this piece itself gets clogged up. It's a common thing is a liquid black death. So that's when, as I showed you earlier, let's see. See how that piece right here is kind of like a little screen that'll get clogged up with. So these are, how I mentioned earlier, they move up and down like this, right? So this right here tends to get contaminated with whatever, and it starts to shave off these, the cylinder walls, and starts to build up like little aluminum microfibers, right? And when they mix with the oil, it starts to turn into, instead of it being like this color with a little bit of dye and some PAG oil, it starts to come out like this color because of all the metal shavings and contamination in the AC system. So that's when you gotta go clean out your lines, take out your AC condenser, probably replace some other parts, including the compressor. But yeah, you go get just your system evacuated, flushed, and PAG oiled up, and recharged. Well, that pretty much sums it up for this video. I just thought that the idea of something like this was going to be, pretty cool, taking apart an AC compressor. So I was like, you know what? Why not put it onto, YouTube Live and see, I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be other people that be like, yeah, I wonder what a AC compressor looks like on the inside. So apparently that was stuck with me. But yeah. So like I was saying, it gets clogged up, liquid black bed ends up messing with this right here, because this pretty much cycles, your AC. that's pretty much it. I gotta do some cleaning. And actually, we have another one. So what we're gonna do with this one, probably not today, but what we're gonna do with this one is, as you can see right here, sorry, these things are pretty heavy. So as you can see, right there, the wire was rubbing up against this somehow, and this was rotating, pretty much just spliced the wire. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull off this whole wire right here from this clip. I believe it looks silver right there. We'll remove this wire and replace it with this one, because this one is basically the same thing. Different color coding. This one's red, this one's white. I believe, if you can see right here, the pins pretty much similar. We'll pop this one out. Probably just break all these pieces apart and pop it out for the wire. You know what? I'm not going to do that right now. It helps. They usually have shop towels, but I didn't feel like that normal stuff in the vehicle, so just stick to the basics. Alright, so we're looking at this one. Doesn't work. Straight pick. Pull this shit up out. There we go. I was doing it so, making it so complicated. So I'll snap this piece right here. wow. Just actually doesn't want to come out. I believe it's probably because of this right here. It doesn't want to come out because of this piece right here. So this little bottle, I'm going to try to break it. And what I could do is just smash this whole thing and pull this thing out, but I'm gonna try to get it like this. This piece feels already like it wants to break. Alright. Here we go. A little old-fashioned with it. Okay, so there's that one. Actually, you know what I could do is, well, there's that. So what I could do is put this one and just solder it together like this, and bam. So I guess that's what I'll do. That was actually too much work. I could have probably just spliced it right there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So what I'm gonna do is heat shrink wrap. So I'm gonna clip this end right here. Get a good. Put these two together. Grab a soldering gun. And then, of course, you grab your gun itself, and then you get the solder and kind of just place it on there and solder it up. Heat shrink wraps, so that once you solder it, since the heat shrink wrap, say this is set as a heat shrink wrap after they're already put together, pretty much just showing them just like that. Pretty much like that one is done. Oh my goodness, an hour and 12 minutes. Out here in Texas, it's probably like, I don't know, 10, 30. On this one, clutch spins, pulley spins. I don't seem to be functioning properly, except this one piece that was right here didn't allow it to send power so that the clutch could engage. Other than that, that's what was wrong with this one right here. Actually, let's see. So this clutch actually looks like in better condition than this one. And this one is also a Denso. Let's see what this part number for the clutch is. So this one is a 247300, 247300, 5280, 5280, DC 12 volt, DC 12 volt. Oh, this is the 12L. Japan, this is the 5J Japan. Yeah, one of them, this is a 2011 Toyota Venza 3.5 liter. The other one is the one that we took apart is the Lexus RX 350, 3.5 liter V6. That's why the parts actually look. This one's got similar. So this right here locks into this clutch right here, locks into the pulley, spinning, and it's rotating, causing the internal of this to spin as well. So what it does is it does this motion right here. So that's causing these to pump, to activate and pump the freon throughout the system. The same way you would drop a quarter and it does that cycle. That's exactly what it does inside the compressor. Very interesting. Here's your pretty much the crankshaft of the AC compressor. Okay, so this one, the magnet piece is right here. There's a bit of a technique that some people use. So let's say this magnet, tends to go out. So some people, what they do is so apparently what they do is they get a magnet. So when some people do is they get one of those little magnets and just let it sit on here. The only thing about that is that so the compressor, it goes through the pressure switch, and what it does is, hey, we're sending, we're circulating, right? We're circulating freon. Well, you continue to circulate. If you have it on low, if you have your vehicle on your fan blowing low, it's probably going to stop blowing cold air because the EVAP core is already frozen up. So the same way that your AC unit to your window, the same way that freezes up, the old school ACs, the box ACs that go on the windows, the window unit, it ices up and now air no longer circulates. Yeah, because the same way, if I get this fan, so the fan is pretty much pulling air in this way and blowing it out through here. So now if I were to cover all this up over here, it's no longer going to be able to blow air. The fan will no longer be able to blow air. So that's exactly what's going on this. So that's one fault about, putting a magnet, just leaving it there. Now, if you're driving with your AC on max, say if you're driving on high, the fan is on high, and and this magnet's connected on there. Yeah, it's going to continue to circulate. It might get really cold, but at least the air will be circulating so that the EVAP core doesn't get blocked off by ice or whatever, or frozen, yeah. So that's one fault about that right there. So I don't recommend it. You might be able to find the parts on eBay, or this part on eBay, or Amazon, maybe, the internet, maybe. I doubt it, the auto parts store, because we've gone through this situation with another vehicle before on a Toyota Corolla. But yeah, maybe the dealership. But why would a dealership want to sell you this piece for like $30, $40 when they could sell you this whole unit, for $500, $600, $700? So that's a smart business move. Good for them. Kind of sucks for us, but yeah. So a little idea on that. To remove the clutch, it's actually pretty simple. If you didn't see it on the first video, it's basically this 10 mil right here. Just hit it with an impact, come right out. This piece right here will just pretty much slide out. But let's see the condition of this one. Let's check out the condition of this one. A little comparison. It's actually not bad. It's really good, actually. This one is so this one's a 2007 model. This is a 2011. They got, you know, see the impact rubber. It's got cracks and everything, but I've seen it to where this piece right here is wobbling apart from this right here. So this thing would just be dangling like that. But yeah, it's pretty much. Yep. Let's see something real quick. Don't. Higher speed. Okay, that's the internal speed. So that's pretty much what it would do. So let's say see if I can give you a good example. This is pretty much what it will do. So when this spins, this catches, this spins right here and this starts to spin with it. That's when this engages to this pulley right here. So like this, you're driving, this thing just starts spinning and your AC has engaged. When it disengages, it shuts off like this and this continues to spin. That's pretty much that right there. Let me see. So while this pulley's spinning and this is going like this, the inside is doing this, right? Look at this piece of equipment. This is the funny stuff right here. Somewhere to sit. Okay, you can see this on the camera. So what it's pretty much doing is it's going like this. So just try to picture this. So this is cycling and it's going like this. It's really, really fast. Yeah. That's enough of that. Alright. Pretty much done with this one here. Goes back in here so it doesn't contaminate it. This piece, I'm actually going to leave it with this. Just pretty much put this right there and just sink it. Stay in place pretty much. Everything else is pretty much junk. Right. Actually, except for this clutch. This clutch is actually in good condition. We got it there. So these are actually the two mechanisms that connect. When power's sent through here, it says right through here. So right through here pretty much goes, puts it together, and now they're spinning together. Yep. That's pretty much how this magnetic clutch works. Hey, my wife.
Hi, Dada. That's cool.
This is what the inside of an AC compressor looks like. You know, like the AC that keeps us cool in the vehicles.
Yes.
This is
Like
what this is.
yours is getting ready.
Well, yeah, mine gets really cold because I serviced it myself. Service it once. And again, I don't know if y'all saw this, but here are these are needle bearings. Yep. So this sits right here and does this, and all these other parts turn and rotate. Interesting part. There's also needle bearings in Nissan Titans, the 2008 to 2014, I believe. Which might be even more, but as far as my experience. Other than that, this is kind of like a crankshaft.
You're live?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Whoa. I thought this was a video, but I'm like,
It's a light one.
oh.
Alright, well, I guess the project is pretty much done already, so it's not really much to do. I guess I'm just gonna start putting these tools and bolts. I like to keep bolts just because, you know, pieces that are good. Might come across somebody who might need them, and might fit. Whichever ones are actually good. And then the other ones, these ruined, so it doesn't really matter. This is going to be scrapped. scrap aluminum with a bunch of other stuff, radiators, other stuff. So now I just put these tools away. This solenoid over here. Alright. Tools up. Not cool tools. This tool sucks.
It didn't help.
Nah, bro.
Oh.
Jump to. Alright, well, for those of y'all that watched, thanks for watching. Thanks for going through this little project with me. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Is take apart the AC compressor just to check out the internals, especially on the fact that one of them actually got damaged, caused the AC compressor to lock up. We ended up, figuring that out. So we found out what it was, and exactly as I thought, there was pieces of metal, everywhere. So yeah, that's what caused the compressor internals to lock up from these little pistons because of metal particles everywhere. It ended up being one of these little magnets that ended up slipping out of this groove in here, started floating around inside the compressor, and then started chipping metals and causing it to lock up. But yeah, so it was fun. Hopefully like, share, subscribe, and maybe we could see you on some more videos. I think maybe the next one I'll do is a starter. Another one I want to do is also an alternator. I want to do an alternator as well. So, but yeah, I've exhausted myself already, and we'll go ahead and call it a night and get ready to cut this video. Again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Stay tuned. Auto services to you.